comments. Let's see what happens. Hey, Instagram, it's me, T, from the Pattersons, taking the train to Tibet. This is a Sunday night, supposed to be a reading. Well, it is. It's a reading night. I read to you. You know, Mondays, tomorrow will be the last Monday, it's a me night. Tuesdays, it's a U.S. night. I'll be actually heading to the U.S. later on that night. Maybe I'll wait. We'll see what happens. You know, Wednesdays is a U.S. No, Tuesdays is a U.S. night, right? Wednesdays is a global world night, and I'll be someplace else. Where will I be? Wednesday night. Interestingly enough, to tell you the truth, I would have last landed in New York, so there'll be a world night, but I'll be in New York. We'll see what happens. Thursday night is an audio drama night. Friday night is a the weekly wrap-up night. Saturday is whatever comes to my head night. Now, you might say, brother, what are you? I mean, candlelight. Well, candlelight and my new OnePlus 13R is giving me that light from there. And I got candlelight on this side, and I got candlelight, my blue candle on this side. Now you say, well, brother, why you got care? Well, right now it's thundering outside. But earlier this evening, when I had already gone to sleep, the electricity went out. So I had no electricity. Well, I said, what's going on here? Well, I didn't say what's going on. I said, oh, no electricity. You're used to it because I live in South Africa. I mean, in South India right now, but I live in South Africa, and we have load shedding. I think my wife told me load shedding is back. So expect load shedding. South Africa, it's a trip. But this is the last Sunday reading night. Now, interestingly enough, I started these Sundays when I got here. The first Sunday reading night, I had read from this book from Gibran, you know, the Lebanese, cat, you know, the one that, the Prophet, the one that wrote the Prophet, a very well-known book. So I read from this book. This was here at the guest house, and so I read stuff from this book. And then, of course, the guy that was managing the house, the guest house at the time, Magesh, you know, he's a manager of a really good rock band. You're going to be hearing from him in the next couple of years. They are going to be a super group, unbelievable. Anyway, so he's now not whatever. He's on the road with them right now because he's their manager and a really good guy. Anyway, so he said this is one of his favorite books. So he left it, and I read that the first time. But then he had this book here, this Tagore, and I'm going like, oh, Tagore. I know Tagore. I worked at Tagore's. Okay. In Observatory in Cape Town, there was this, there used to be this bar called Tagore's, and it was, its manager was Anthony. Anthony is known for Pan-African Space, well, for Chimaranga, from Chimaranga. This is like this is a Chimaranga. Do I have a Chimaranga here? This is a Chimaranga card right here. You see a Chimaranga right there? It's really good. It's I think they call it Chimaranga Factory now because they do so much. But a lot of initiatives comes out of there. And Chimaranga is it's a top literary magazine. I mean, a real for real, like academic kind of beyond academic kind of level literary magazine that comes from the streets, if you will, or from Cape Town. Anyway, it's amazing. And sometimes, and they give little concerts sometimes with amazing. Last time I was there, I had a concert for them. It was this reggae event. It took you to another level. Whoa! Just check my past Instagrams or YouTube. You'll see. Anyway, so Tagore's was this place that they had a little bar. But Leroy, shout out to Leroy. Leroy's in England right now he's doing some initiative like that. And then they had all these acts coming through, you know. So I was there for a while, and it's just an amazing situation. So that's up to go. Tagore's is no more. Things come, things go. It's the evolution. It's the evolution of life. Okay. So I read from this really good. So I'm gonna leave both these books back here for the guests. That's where I got them from. See, when you're a traveler, you actually leave a place better than when you found it. So I'm not going to take them with me. However, since I'll be going someplace, I want to try to pick up some Tagore, someplace. Maybe before I'll see someplace in the world, I'll pick up some Tagore. So, but and so I said I have one more Rudy reading. So to make it all thing, make it. I'm a threes person, so I started with one book. That's one that no, that's two. So I need a third book. This is the last one. I'll be leaving, and I visited Loretta, who's part of Oral community. I met her. She's an extraordinary person. I met her. How you say? Not how you say. When I was in Oral like 21 years ago, when I did this play called Weird Sister. She's part of the play, and she just whatever. Now she's sort of she's not doing anything in the community like that anymore. She's working strictly Sri Aurobindo. This is Oroville, which was conceived by mother. That's interesting. Conceived by mother in the name of Sri Aurobindo, who's this cat that came from the north. I say came from the north. I mean northern India. He was an outspoken critic of the English, and how the English and them colonizers do. They don't like you. They try to kill you. Like what they're trying to do to our commander Ibrahim, our commander in chief. Captain Ibrahim Traore from the land of the upright people. They're trying to kill him because, well, he want to do right, and they always trying to do wrong. And one of the wrongs they do, they try to get rid of the people that's doing right. Anyway, Sri Aurobindo, it's a whole spiritual thing that happened. He had this vision or something like that he had to leave that night. So he left that night from London to southern India. He went to this French-controlled area of India because there was French control and English control. He went to this French-controlled area of India because they couldn't get him from there, right? Sure enough, there was a plot that was going to get him that night, so he got away just in time. And somehow down in this area, we're in that French-controlled Pondicherry. Anyway, so he's in right now, Pondicherry, and somehow he met mother, and she's a whole other thing, another spiritual kind of being. So those two beings, literally those two beings, became this force, right? And Sri Aurobindo was just writing. Here's a whole down his ashram where I visited a long time ago. I got to visit, maybe I'll visit next year. That's all his. Scholars come there all the time. Here in Aurobindo, in their library, they get all his writings in there, right? Anyway, so Loretta is doing this whole. She was doing radio and stuff like that, right? But then she's so she's not doing that stuff anymore. I don't want to say retired because that kind of sounds kind of stupid, Us people, we don't never retire. She's like 82, is going to be 83 in January, something like that, right? And so yeah, January. Yeah, when I get back, I guess Loretta is going to be 80, late 80s. Man, the older people, man, they know. Anyway, so she's doing this whole project. She's got a whole website, sent me all this stuff to Loretta. But this was one of the first, or maybe the first book she wrote on Sri Aurobindo. So she gifted it to me. She made 2 copies of gifts, one for me and one for my wife. Well, this is the one for me because when I have people sign books, I usually have them sign in the back, right? But I had her. So this is the way she is. So she's just before she started signing in the front. I said, "Well, can you sign in the back?" So she said, "I'll do both." Gotta love Loretta. Anyway, I'm getting ridiculous. That's her name is Loretta, and Loretta Dumont. I'll see. I hope I'll see. When I get to New York, these Lorettas. Maybe back then they had some really. The Lorettas are special people. Anyway, so I finished reading not finished, but I stopped. I finished with the Tagore, and I then read the introduction, because I do things like that. I read the introduction later, and by W.B. Yeats. I like Yeats. I all them people back then like Yeats. And that was quite interesting. I won't read anything because it's candlelight. I don't read anything from there. I'm on candlelight, but I put on my glasses. So where does Sri Aurobindo? I'm going to read from Sri Aurobindo. I'm going to attempt with this candlelight and stuff like that. Now she starts out, I guess she has an introduction. But anyway, I'm going to go to any page, which I just did. And they got little passages here on Sri Aurobindo. So I just picked out and stopped at a page. And I'm going to attempt to read in candlelight. This candle here, I got this when I first got here. So anyway, I'll read from candlelight, and I'm going to read from page 17. Maybe we should pick another page. She has a whole. How did this go? She got these drawings. She got these drawings. I don't like the number 17. I don't like number 7. That's 8 was prosperous. But it's unfair. I did start there. Well, then, on top of the page, oh, I see. See 16 over here. Okay, here's what I'm going to read. This thing starting right here, page 16, the end, because I see he's got these sort of marks. Oh, that ends that. And this one, oh, this is one thing for that. Yeah, so this is the one for this, with this mark here. This the Oroville mark, I'm sorry. This is the Oroville mark on page 16, ends there. And this starts over here and ends there. Then it got this tree thing. So I'm going to read this thing up here, right? So I can read. I got my glasses. So I read this as I'm reading and see what it says. We might riff from there. We'll see what it says. Okay. Yeah, oh, now it's my new OnePlus 13R with that light there. I should move it closer. I think it's right there. Here we go. I'm going to read, well, let me just, it says this, the prologue or something says, Sweet Mother, does an outer life of evil deeds and a base consciousness have an effect on the psychic being? Is there a possibility of its degradation? Okay, so she's asking, so mother question is good. Now we have an answer. This is a Sri Aurobindo answer, okay? And his answer is, a base and evil life can only have the effect of separating the outer being more and more completely from the psychic being, which retires into the depths of the higher consciousness and sometimes even cuts off all relation with the body, which is then usually possessed by an Surik or Raksharic being. The psychic being itself is above all possibility of degradation. Whoa, that's heavy. That speaks to exactly what's going on. I mean, I don't know what these, I gotta look up these words. What a Surik and Raksharic being. So, you know, it sounds bad, so it's one of those, it's got to be bad, you know, like that. But here, now this is really interesting to me. So this is going to be heavy. Let me go, because it says, there's the outer deeds, and the people that's doing this outer stuff, the colonizers doing these, you know what's happening right now with the U.S. politicians, you know, with Langley and all them people are saying, hey, that's beautiful in the Sahel, like that, well, specifically one person, because they always try to make one, that's what bullies do. They target one person until that one person fights back. And that one person fights back, the bully says, ooh, well, I didn't mean it. Right? Anyway, does an outer life of evil, that's the evil, right, deeds and the base consciousness have an effect on the psychic being? Now, they say psychic being. I think that means spiritual, but let's say psychic. They say psychic being. I'm not going to change the meaning of what they said, right? Is there a possibility of degradation? Is there a possibility of erosion, whatever it is? Okay, whoa. And the answer, very short answer, the base and evil life, it said base and evil life, so the doings, the things that the U.S., the colonizer mentality is doing, right, can only have effect of separating the outer being more and more completely from the psychic being. So these people are losing their soul. I'm saying psychic and soul. Okay, I don't mean to, yeah, I mean, that's, I got to interpret for myself. So these people, the colonizer, the Langleys of the world, right? But they don't, when they do these deeds, they separate their soul from everything else, I suppose, okay? By the way, you can do what you can, as I say these words, you can interpret your own way. I'm just trying to interpret for myself here. Clearly from the psychic being, which retires into the depth. Now, the psychic being retires to the depths of the higher consciousness, and sometimes it even cut off from a relation with the body. Okay, so that soul, not their soul, but look, yeah, the soul goes into the consciousness, which now retires from, okay, this body is doing bad, right? So let me, get back to something else, right? And sometimes cuts off all relation with the body. So the body is now, the body is being possessed, doing bad by the colonizer has now possessed your body, then separated, the divide and conquer and separated. Oh, this is heavy, right? Which is then usually possessed. Oh, the body then gets possessed. So the colonizer in them, what you see that's coming after us, they are possessed. They be possessed. Yeah, they're possessed because they done separated the soul from the body and ooh, my goodness, right? Which is then usually, now the body is usually possessed. Oh, then the body, they're separated. Now the body can be possessed by an asuric. It's A-S-U-R-I-C. Asuric sounds bad. Like I said, I'm going to look it up. Or, this is another word, Rakshatic. Rakshatic. R-A-K-S-H-A-S-I-C. Rakshatic being. Rakshatic. That sounds really bad. It's a bigger word too. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lettered word. Woo, that's a complete thing. Whoa. And the assertive, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, that's a 6-letter word, education-wise. This is heavy. Whoa. The psychic being itself is above all possibility of degradation. Oh, so if your soul is above all this stuff, so they can possess your body. They can do something with your body, throw you in jail, kill you, whatever have you. But your soul, it's separated anyway. So your soul will say, okay, that's what happened. That's what I get out of this reading and how it relates to what's happening in the world today. So that's it. I'll check you all another time. Be good. Don't be separated.